Hi guys, what's up? It's Josh here bringing you an update on Thursday, July 16th over the next stimulus package, and we're going to dive into a couple of issues that are a little deeper than the surface area and the negotiations that are going to happen between the Democrats and Republicans over some of those issues. Before we get into it, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you like the video, just hit that thumbs up button. Also check out the link below for Webull, which will give you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100. Let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy the update. Alright, so let's get into it. So one of the issues that we know is going to be highly debated in this next package is the unemployment extension. So your state unemployment benefits, depending upon where you live, will be from, $1 up to like about $400, and you have to live in like the DC metro or somewhere in California or New York, where the cost of living is significantly higher to even get that amount. I think here in Georgia it goes up to $365. Now, we all know that if you're getting paid $365 per week and you are unemployed, you cannot reasonably pay your rent, your car payment, your insurance, everything like that on, let's say $1,200 a month if you get $300 for 4 weeks. Now, the extension that was passed in the CARES Act actually gave people a $600 benefit to whatever their state benefits were. So it's essentially an add-on. So, let's say I'm unemployed, I live in the state of Georgia, I qualify for $300 in state benefits and then the $600 in the federal benefit. That's $900. I get that 4 times, that's gonna be enough, or should be enough, hopefully, for me to be able to pay my car payment, my rent, everything, utility bills, buy some food, all of that kind of stuff. Well, that $600 benefit will be expiring at the end of this month in 2 weeks. They actually thought that it would be extended just a bit because the way the bill was written, it said up to July 31st. Well, the unemployment system goes by weekends, so the week for them actually ends on Saturday, and the last Saturday would be, for that last week in July, would be early August. It's going to be one of the first dates in August. So people are not actually going to get benefits for that week. Now, we know that we are seeing unprecedented amounts of unemployment right now. The economy is very up in the air. There's a lot of things going on. So I think the general consensus between everyone, Democrats and Republicans, is that they know that if this benefit expires, they expect to see very significant, long-lasting economic damage. We've heard that last month, 35% of people missed their housing payment, and I only expect that to go up as people have less money to pay for their bills and things like that. Now, I think that we're going to see in the next couple of weeks a lot of back and forth between Senate Republicans and House Democrats on how much exactly this will be in the next package. I don't expect that it's going to be $600 because a lot of people have made the point that a lot of their employees are getting paid more on unemployment versus if they would go back to work, so people have no real incentive to go back to work. That has been proven wrong by several studies, but you still can't change a lot of people's minds when they have something in their head, and they have the power to make decisions, and unfortunately we haven't seen them budge that much. I do think that we are going to see a reckoning though, because Senate Republicans and House Democrats have to do something, and they have to do it quickly, and one body can't really pass something without the other. So I think Senate Democrats are going to hold pretty strong on this. I think the Republicans are, but one party at the end of the day is going to have to break, and it's still to be seen which party that is. Now, the next highly debated piece of this next package will be the direct payments to consumers. In the CARES Act, we all got $1,200 checks that were phased out for a single person who made less than $75,000 per year. If you made more than that, it was phased out. Now, we know that we've heard from a wide array of senators. They know they need to do something, but Senator McConnell has said we want these direct payments going to people who have been most widely impacted by the pandemic, and we know that the people who have been most affected are people who sit on that poverty threshold right around $45,000 per year, and Senator McConnell has stated that those people are the people who actually need the checks. House Democrats want everyone to get a check and keep that threshold at the same level. One issue with this that has kind of been expressed by the Treasury and Steven Mnuchin is that there's a big problem on how to actually execute figuring out who made less than $40,000 per year and sending it to that individual. We know from last time that there were a lot of issues getting this whole direct stimulus payment sent out to citizens, and there still is a major issue of, you know, they sent a lot of checks to people who were deceased, they sent a lot of checks to people sometimes twice, and some people still didn't receive their check. And we're trying to work through all of these issues, and if you go and you add another layer to that issue, then you have a real problem, because it's only going to delay payments to people, which in fact delays the economy recovery. This is what people in Congress are going to be facing next week as they make these important decisions. It's going to be really exciting to see how they figure it out. And then lastly, a few things that I just don't see happening because it's going to be very hard to execute, really complicated, and we don't really have the infrastructure to handle it, is the $4,000 travel bonus, the payroll tax cut, and then student loan forgiveness. These are things that have been thrown out there by Republicans and also Democrats, and right now we just don't have the infrastructure to execute these programs. While some of them are very great ideas, it's very complicated, it's going to take too much time, there's going to be a lot of confusion because you have to think you have the entire country trying to figure out how to, you know, do the payroll tax cut, or the IRS at the end of the year trying to confirm that if you get up to a $4,000 tax cut to go 50 miles from your home and vacation within the country. How do you actually confirm that someone did that? That's a lot of paper that someone has to sort through, and it's very confusing for the people who are trying to claim that tax credit. Now, student loan forgiveness, we know that the nation has a massive student loan debt. I just don't see this happening because you have a lot of people who have federal backed loans, private backed loans. It's going to be really difficult to figure out how much to give each person, if each person actually got that right amount, and then also the forgiveness part of it for the loan service providers. Very, very complicated, and there's not enough infrastructure there. So with all of this being said, I'm very excited. On Monday, we should get to see the starting point for where the negotiations are actually going to begin. We know Senator McConnell is going to release some sort of plan, and that's really going to be where Senate Republicans and House Democrats come together and start figuring things out. I do expect that at first there's going to be a very wide gap. We know that the Senate Republicans and then the House Democrats are supposed to recess in August. Nancy Pelosi has already stated that House Democrats will either not take the recess at all, or they're going to take it later or have a shortened one so that they can figure this out. We've also heard from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell stating that if it comes down to it, Senate Republicans are also going to either, you know, push theirs back or not take it at all, because at this point in time, a lot of people are facing very difficult political races, and it's not going to look good if you take a recess and leave the American people hanging with no money for housing, food, or utility payments. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the update. I will update you guys again tomorrow. Once again, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Really helps me beat the YouTube algorithm and grow this channel. I hope you guys liked it. I will see you tomorrow.